So it's really important that you know your rights and know the law when dealing with weapon combatives. Because I'm telling you now, if you get into a situation and you stab someone or you hit someone with a weapon and you seriously harm them, you can go to jail if you did not act reasonably, right? So there's two laws that I want to cover. And if you want to Google it, it's 720 ILCS 5/7-1. That's use of force in defense of person. So that's a lot of blah, blah, blah. But the big picture is, what does that law say and why is it so important for us? That law says that you can use force to defend yourself if that force is necessary to prevent a person from harming you. And the threat must be imminent. Y'all know what that word is? What do I mean by imminent? Somebody tell me. Right away. Exactly. Right. So somebody can't say, like, I'm going to knock you out. Right. And they walk away. And then you go to their house and say, you said you're just going to knock me out. And then, like, no, that's not an imminent threat. Or they can't be on the phone and threaten you. And then you go to their house and say, what did you say you was going to do to me? That's not self-defense. Right. But if a person says, I'm going to knock you out, they clench their fists and they start walking towards you. Now we're in a situation where we're protected under this law where you don't have to wait for that person to hit you. You can physically act to defend. You can use force to stop that person from harming you because you had all these indicators, right? What were the indicators? What would you articulate if you needed to defend yourself in court?
The approach, ball up fist, kind of the direct stare.
Yes, the staring, the clenched fist, the words, I'm going to knock you out. Okay, he told me what his intentions were to do. All of these things tells me that there's a good chance that I'm inclined to believe him. So I need to act, right? And by the way, let me say this, I am not a lawyer. I am a former police officer. So this is in legal advice. This is my opinions and perspectives based on 25 years of self-defense training, 7 years of law enforcement training. All right. And by the way, this also applies only to the state of Illinois. These laws, ILCS is Illinois compiled statutes. So this is the state of Illinois. So if you live in Indiana or you live somewhere close, you should look at the laws in your state for how they apply. All right. So the question is deadly force. Where does deadly force apply in this situation? You are justified in using deadly force when you are in a circumstance where that person is attempting to use deadly force against you, or they're attempting to commit what's called a forcible felony. What do I mean by forcible felony? These are violent crimes against persons. They're trying to kidnap you. You can use deadly force to stop that from occurring. Sexual assault, robbery, residential burglary, attempted murder, obviously. All of these things are called forcible felonies. You have the right to defend yourself up to and including the use of deadly force under those circumstances. This is what the law says. So in a conversation of sticks and knives, we have to think, am I justified in using this knife based on this person's actions? This person walks up to me and he shoves me. Am I justified in pulling out a knife and stabbing him? I don't know about that, right? Regardless of any of this, you're going to need a really good lawyer. I'm going to say that now, right? Even if you acted, this is why I always tell people just don't get into walk away if you can, because even if you did everything within the law, you still got to defend yourself in court. You're still spending thousands of dollars, and you got to have a really good lawyer to help you. But you can use deadly force if it's necessary to prevent that force being used against you.